Thank you very much, Tim. That very kind introduction. I'd also like to acknowledge that we meet on Kaurna land and that we pay respect to elders past and present. I'd like to acknowledge Professor Emil Bollengaiter, Head of Carnegie Mellon University Australia, Carnegie Mellon University Australia faculty, staff, special guests, family, friends and of course graduates today. It's a very warm welcome. Whilst you might be studying public policy, it's actually the Mayor that makes the public apologies every now and then, Tim. It's part of my job. On behalf of my fellow elected members, I must say it is a great pleasure because in the City of Adelaide, as Tim shared, we take learning incredibly seriously. And not only is it very, very important to the City of Adelaide economically, I think it's just as important to the City of Adelaide culturally. It's extraordinarily important. And I'm a great advocate of the internationalisation of the City of Adelaide and the internationalisation of wider Adelaide and South Australia. I think that very much is our future. I must say also, it's always nice to be the one that's not dressed up so much. I'm in good company today, so thank you very much. And it was wonderful to hear the welcoming message from Dean Ramaya Krishnan too. Now, today, of course, as you know, we are joined by 13 graduates of the Master of Science in Information Technology and 3 graduates from the Masters of Science in Public Policy and Management. 2 disciplines which are extremely important and I think really establish you for wonderful careers ahead, so congratulations. You come from India, China, Korea, Malaysia, United States to further your education and other places. And as we share, Adelaide is a national centre for education. It's so important to us. It's our livability, it's our walkability, it's our cultural welcoming and I think a very friendly atmosphere in Adelaide. But I think more than that, it's actually the strength of our learning institutions for which we are known nationally, for which we're known worldwide. So you've chosen wisely. Congratulations, you've chosen extremely wisely and I think you're going to have wonderful careers ahead of you as a consequence of the work that you've done, the hard work that you've done through Carnegie. Now, I'm a big believer that one must invest in oneself and that's precisely what you're doing. You're future-proofing yourself. That's what your education is doing for you. It's preparing you, it's adding to your arsenal of learning, your knowledge, it's building upon your pre-existing talents. But in many ways, with the disciplines that you've chosen, you've future-proofed yourself for what is arguably a changing world. Sometimes it's a world that changes faster than what we're prepared for or we're comfortable with. But you know that, and you've made precisely the right decision. As I share, we are such advocates of education and what it does in terms of transforming our city. It is that critically important because your learnings future-proof you, but collectively everybody's learnings then future-proof our city. I was impressed to learn that to date more than 450 students have graduated from Carnegie Mellon in Australia since opening in 2006, and that's a formidable number. Congratulations to you, Emil, and the team. A further 400 who have studied here have gone on to graduate from CMU and of course in the Pittsburgh campus also. So today is a great celebration of individual achievement. But I don't think it's just individual, because as you'd know, the support of your family, the support of your friends and your colleagues and your peers is absolutely critical to the success and the acknowledgement and the milestone which you've achieved today. It's not just a solo effort, although sometimes in those long, dark hours of the night when you're studying, you might have felt like it was a solo effort. But that's not typically the case. I had the great personal experience of completing an MBA some years ago, and that reinforced my learnings, and that had been 20 years between academic drinks, so to speak. And I found that it was the support of my fellow peers and my fellow students that helped me with the rigours of that very intense schedule. So you know this. So congratulate yourselves today, but I think also congratulate those around you, because I think in many ways they have helped you achieve what you are acknowledging today, and of course also the faculty which have helped you equally. So get here. So as we say, we are in a time of rapid change. We are in a time when technology is the enabler of almost everything. And that prepares us for many things. But what it also does, change brings opportunity, and it brings profound opportunity for your careers. science, technology, automation, data speed, new solutions to old problems, and so forth. That's where the opportunity lies. And in so many ways, this is where your careers can absolutely just flourish, realising that it's a world of opportunity ahead of you, and you're now so well prepared for that with your studies with Carnegie. So congratulations. Also, your academic pursuits that you've achieved today are a transferable asset. You own them. You take them wherever you go from this moment forward. They are yours to own. They can never be taken from you. And I think that's something which is equally profound when it comes to having not only those initials behind your name, which in itself is a wonderful thing, but you take them with you. It's a transportable asset. Education is probably the most transportable asset which you now take with you. Your family, your friends are proud of you. The City of Adelaide is proud of you. Your faculty is proud of you. Congratulations, and thank you for helping us with our goal of becoming an international, outward-looking city. And I hope this city can provide you with opportunity. I hope this nation can provide you with opportunity. But wherever you may go, you are now so well established in order to realise all of those opportunities. And I thank Carnegie for the role over the years that it has done with many graduations, with many students, of which you now become alumnus, and you will join a network of people who celebrate what you're celebrating today. But I thank Carnegie for the sustained effort that Emil and the team have done for the City of Adelaide, right here in the heart of the City of Adelaide in Victoria Square. I'd like to also say that sometimes your ability to study, your ability to learn, is sometimes just as important as what you are studying. And sometimes that sounds like an odd comment, but it never stops. And if you have that mindset about study, that it never stops, you never stop learning, you never stop growing. Whether you do that formally through an academic qualification, or whether you do that in the workplace, whether you do that through seminars, whatever that might be, if you adopt that mindset that you never stop learning, which means you never stop growing. And in a dynamic, ever-changing, competitive world, having that mindset actually serves you very well as you go forward. And that's my own personal experience, is that having a mindset that you never stop climbing up that ladder, whatever that ladder looks like for you, but you never stop growing, you never stop learning, I think helps you tackle the future with a much more resilient backing, and also with a much greater sense of self-confidence, that you realise you don't have all the answers, but you realise you've got the tools to learn them. And that's what study does for you. My own very brief history is that of an entrepreneur. And I was fortunate enough to own several companies, build several companies, sell several companies, before which time I came into public life. And I must say that with that view, and again, 20 years between academic drinks, that you never stop learning, you never stop growing, you can achieve anything. If you'd asked me 10 years ago whether I'd be standing here in front of you as the Lord Mayor of Adelaide, I would have laughed at you. But you can achieve anything. If you set your mind towards it, you can achieve whatever you richly deserve. So I congratulate you. Stay in contact with your peers. Your peers are your new friends. Stay in touch with other graduates over the years. Stay in touch with the Carnegie network right across the world, because they will serve you well. You've made lifelong friends in your academic pursuits. So on behalf of my fellow elected members from the City of Adelaide, a very warm-hearted congratulations. Well done.